my father is the one who introduced me to him because when I was 16, I thought that I was hot stuff. But I come to realize that there's always somebody better, always someone greater. And then, you know, you'll get humbled. If you don't humble yourself, God will send somebody to humble you. And Spanky was the one who humbled me.
I'm glad you brought up your father. I want to start from the beginning.
Okay.
So you were raised in Connecticut?
Yes, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Born and raised?
Born and raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I was, my father was singing in a group called the Sensational Starlights.
Okay, that sounds quartet.
It is quartet.
Okay.
It is quartet.
Singing Angels, Starlight, the Mighty
Wings. Yeah, Sensational Starlights. And they would do, they would sing the Nightingales. And I know this holiday it's gonna be hard. If to listen and keep on and turn on. So that's what they used to do, and I grew up playing that kind of music. But then by the time I got to be in my teens, I started playing Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, no, and then there's many songs that people was doing
Oh wow!
Up loud, say what, you know. So I started. So now my repertoire started to expand. By the time I'm a teenager, and then by the time I got to be 16, 17, I started listening to Jimi Hendrix, distortion, leads, and then little Led Zeppelin, and then I started listening to George Benson. So now my vocabulary of musicality began to expand. So now, you know, I'm starting to venture out into different styles. And that's how I began to develop my own personal style. And now I have my own brand of music called Cause Music. If those of you who've been following, I have this new brand music. It's called Cause Music, classified as universal sounds, music that deliver people from their various dilemmas. So it's a conglomerate of different styles. So that's from Spanky. That's from Spanky. That's from Spanky is the one. His name is Eddie Alford. He's from Philadelphia. He used to play with a group called the Gospel Soulettes. And my father is the one who introduced me to him because when I was 16, I thought that I was hot stuff. But I come to realize that there's always somebody better. Always someone greater.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you'll get humbled. If you don't humble yourself, God will send somebody to humble you. And Spanky was the one who humbled me.
Wow.
Yeah, he came doing that kind of stuff. And by me being 16 years old, when I saw him play, I recognized I can't play. I'm a long way off.
What's the age gap between you and Spanky?
Spanky probably was maybe 5 or 8 years older than I was, maybe, you know. So
he had experience.
Yeah, so maybe I probably, like right now, I'm 62, he'd probably be 68, maybe 69, you know, somewhere around there. He might even be 70. But he was older than I was. He had more experience, and he practiced a lot more than I did. I'm not a guy that practiced all the time. As a matter of fact, before I came here tonight, I haven't picked the guitar up in 5 days. I haven't picked it up in 5 days.
Wow.
And so, but it's because my assignment is different. This day, in this period of my life, my assignment is different. So my assignment is not to impress anyone.
Gotcha.
Those days is over with. I can play if you buy the record, get the record. Just get the record.
Get the record. If you all have just,
I don't need to prove to anybody that I can play, but what I need to do is I want to be able to touch people like I am touched. So even as I was playing and how I got touched right in a couple of minutes ago, that same feeling has to be conveyed from me to the audience. And then the audience can feel what you feel. Because if you don't feel it, they don't feel it. If you don't like it, they don't like it.
We felt it tonight.
Do you really feel it tonight?
You
can feel the spirit?
I looked in the church. Everybody was doing it. Everybody was exalting. Everybody had their hands up.
It was corporate worship. It was corporate worship. And I think, for those of you who might be watching, I didn't play the guitar because the Spirit didn't move me to play for the last 5 days. Why he didn't let me play, or why he didn't move me to play, is because he wanted me to understand it wasn't about me playing on this particular engagement. So we had quite a few guitar players, had a horn section up there, you had organists, you had a keyboardist, you had a pianist, you know, we had different bass players who was changing, you know. So everybody was working together corporately, and the audience became the choir. The audience became the choir. The audience sounded so great, everybody began to usher in the presence of God because we was all on one accord. We was all on one accord, and my assignment was to be a worship leader. So I just became the worship leader, leading everybody into worshiping our Heavenly Father, and that was the assignment, and that's the assignment that I have in this day, in this period. You know,
I love it.